is good, everybody? DJ TMac here for another great hip-hop conversation. We're here with an artist today, a street artist. We'll figure out exactly how to maybe qualify what he does, but we're here with LENSON right now, and man, he does some really dope graffiti-style art, like I said, street art, and we're surrounded by it right now. We're in CO REEDS Barber Shop, correct?
CO REEDS Barber Shop.
CO REEDS Barber Shop. Okay, hey, we're here, man. LENSON, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. A couple weeks ago, you guys might have seen that I copped a new MF Doom painting, and that was from him right here. So he's outside of River Bar and Gallery almost every Thursday when we're doing Beats Bodega, out there tagging up the wall, making it fresh, changing it up. So, hey, graffiti is another element of hip-hop, and we have to represent all elements of hip-hop here on the channel. It's the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, so we're very happy to have you on, represent the graffiti aspect, the graffiti element here today on the channel.
Yes, sir. Thanks again. About that thing, too, every Thursday during the bodega night, I'll be having featured artists come and do one side of the wall. And I'm going to try to do that like a monthly thing. And to start off coming this Thursday, I'm going to have Emit, graffiti legend. Shout out to Emit. Boy's a beast. He's been doing it for years. But he'll be the first featured artist over there at the River Bar Thursday night. And then Suave, he's another one. He'll be doing the wall in about a month after that. So trying to keep it popping over there at River.
Yeah, man, you got a dope style, but it's dope to incorporate others into it as well, right?
Absolutely.
It's a pretty big ass canvas, right?
It's humongous, man, and it's a dope. I love that place. Like Gil and Carissa, great people, and then just I like their thinking on how they're making that place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, really dope spot. We did an interview with 4 or 5 Justice there. I'm sure you guys have checked it out. If not, go check it out after this conversation. But I'd love to get the owners on conversation with TMac also. You know, get down there, speak with them.
That'd be dope.
Because I know they have big ideas and plans for that place. And it's great to see it. Every time I go there, you know, it seems like the events are growing. I'm always meeting new people there. It's a great networking place. So everybody go check out River Bar and Gallery on Chestnut Place, right next to Blue Moon Brewery. But man, let's talk about the art a little bit more. Let's talk about your start in art. Are you born and raised out here in Colorado?
Born and raised, Denver native. I grew up in the south part of Denver, between Lincoln and Kennedy High School. I went to Kennedy High School, but I grew up in the south side. Yeah, born and raised. I don't see myself going anywhere. I love it out here. It's like a love-hate relationship, I ain't gonna lie.
Everybody that's been in some place for a long time probably feels a similar way to that. But one thing I noticed when I first visited Colorado, I'm from the East Coast, but when I first visited out here was the amount of street art that I saw walking around downtown.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't just people tagging up, you know, the building. It was like full art pieces. So if you scroll down on my Instagram, you'll see tens of photos of, you know, just the street art all around Denver. Like I fell in love with the city almost, like walking around and just seeing it, and it was really cool. And the more I'm out here, the more people I talk to, hip hop has a real strong like foundation here in Denver. Right. So growing up here, I mean, graffiti was all around you, the street art. You grew up in the hip hop culture. Talk about it, sort of like when you started.
I can honestly say I did grow up in the hip-hop culture. I mean, like, you're from the East Coast, I'm from here, of course. And I don't know what it was, even through I was telling one of my boys the other day, like even through like late elementary, I had an ear for East Coast music. I ain't gonna lie, you know, it sounded different. I like that. I like what they were saying, and something about the record scratch drove my fucking mind crazy when I was a kid. But that's where it started, you know, and like all through middle school. I mean, I started b-boying when I was like in the 5th grade, 6th grade. All through middle school, I was b-boying. In high school, and I actually kind of slowed down when I was like 18, 19 or so. And you know, but yeah, I mean, I probably slowed down around then. But I was always in the hip hop scene, going to break functions, you know, break offs. Shout out to Dent. He's one of the. I'm sure you heard on the. You gotta get him on here.
He's scheduled for a couple weeks. He's gonna be on here.
He's a cool dude. Yep. He's doing his thing. But back in the day, I remember he was doing the same thing he's doing now. You know, hosting the b-boy events, straight, pure, true hip hop MC. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, going to the break functions. In middle school, I used to tag a lot. I got in so much fucking trouble when I was in middle school. Shit. True story too. Fucking so in middle school, that's when I really started like hitting the streets and shit. And I remember one night I had a backpack full of cans, and I'm like 12 years old, no bullshit. And I'm spraying here, spraying there, and I climbed up on this little rooftop and tried to hit up the rooftop, and then this car pulled up, and it was two chicks, two females. There, I think one was like 17, one was like 18 or something. I'm only 12 years old, but I got a mustache, so I look like I'm about their age. You know what I'm saying? But they pull up and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, I thought I was cool. I was like, "Oh, just bombing the streets." And they're like, "Oh, you want a ride? You want us to take you, or we'll take you wherever you want to go?" So I was like, "Hell yeah!" And then as soon as I get in the car, they're like, "You have any weed?" I know I'm 12 years old, but I had a fat bag of weed on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just documenting, true story.
Yeah, we're here for it.
So I we smoke up, and from then on, I mean, that was day one, the first night we hung out. But after that, they'll call me the next night, and then they took me bombing like every fucking night. I had the weed. As long as I had the weed, they were coming to come pick me up.
Mutual relationship.
Exactly.
There.
And then it even got to the point too where like, "Hey, I got some spray cans for you. I got some cans for you so we can go painting tonight." I'm like, "Bet, I still got weed." But it was cool. There's something I remember that. That was the good times of tagging when I was in middle school and shit.
Yeah.
Now the bad times was like spraying all over the fucking place at 12, 13 years old and shit. That was great, but I never got caught spray painting out there nowhere. I always got caught doing the dumbest shit. The first time I got caught was I spray painted one of my cousin's school. It was my cousin. They went to that school, and I went over there and spray painted all over the school like a dumbass. And she didn't know no better. She saw my name, and it was like, "Oh my God, it's everywhere." So she went and told the teacher, went and told the principal. The principal got a hold of me, etc. And boom, they wrote my ass up a ticket. I love you, cousin.
They made you scrub it or what? That's what they see in all the movies, right? No, make you go scrub it.
You know what's funny? They didn't make me scrub it. But because my uncle raised me, I was staying with my uncle, and it was his daughter. And I remember when we went to it was after court, and we had to go speak to the probation or the community service guy or whatever. And my uncle was pissed, and he was like, "Make him," because they go to court, they're trying to discount this if you do this and that. And my Uncle Joe was so pissed, like I don't know if he heard that part, because he was telling them, make sure he pays for his crime that he did. Give him the max everything. But I don't know if you forgot that I'm a juvenile, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, you guys are gonna have to pay for it. So he just looked at him crazy and was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm sure. Give it to him." So boom, the prices went up. And we're talking about $500 they got to pay. But I did have to do community service. I did a whole bunch of community service. And my last day of doing community service, I finalized everything, completed it. I go to Skate City. It's a roller rink called Skate City. And it's me and my boy. We go in there. I have a big ass fat red marker in my pocket, and I bombed the shit out of the bathroom stall. And then we step out, and of course we're the only ones. You know, he's the manager, probably seen the camera or whatever, but we're the only ones in there. And I just remember he's like, empty your pockets. And I empty my pockets. And boom, he called the cops right away. And like I said, it was my last day of completing my community service. So my uncle was, you know, he was pissed, double pissed. And like he was fucking mad, I ain't gonna lie. So that was a Saturday night, and it was fight night. It was fight night, you know, pay-per-view fight. And back then we used to always have mad people at the crib when it was fight night. We had a full packed house. And here I come fucking back from Skate City with the damn another graffiti ticket. So my Uncle Joe said, you know, he's mad. He was like, get your ass in the garage. And I was like, all right. And we went to the garage, and he whipped out the fucking the clippers, the fucking hair cutting clippers. Cause I got in trouble before when I was around then, and he cut my hair. Like, I don't know what he's. Mad respect to my Uncle Joe. Love that guy. But he shaved my head, and he's like, you look fucking handsome with the bald head. If I shave your head, I'm just doing you the favor. So he shaved my fucking just the top part of my head right here.
No.
He shaved it, and he stopped, and he said, I said, Uncle Joe, you're not done yet. He said, the fuck I ain't. He's all get out. I was about to go walk to my room. He said, go in the front room and sit down. Go sit in the middle. So I had to go fucking sit in the middle of the whole fucking fight party.
With the fresh cut.
With the fresh cut. No one's even watching the fucking fight anymore. They're just looking at me. You know, bullshit. And it's over graffiti, over middle, and because I was in middle school, over graffiti. And it's, you think I would learn, I still, I mean, of course I still kept doing it. And, you know, there's a lot of times I didn't get caught, but I did get 2 more tickets in middle school. But they ended up dismissing the charges for some reason. But in middle school I was getting into trouble, like almost, it felt like every fucking day. I got in so much trouble with doing graffiti. And then in high school, I didn't get in trouble. And then I kind of slowed down. Like, I always been hip hop. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I always been hip hop. But like, as for bombing the streets and going, you know, striking shit up, I completely stopped doing that for a while. You know, I started. You know, I got a family, so I had to start working and clocking hours and shit. But then I started making T-shirts about 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
And then you know, every T-shirt is basically a blank canvas.
So was it like a T-shirt you were spraying or writing on, like custom one-of-ones?
Well, check it out. So I got a decal cutter, you know, a Cricut and shit. and the process of the whole process of you know, making a shirt is similar to a process of doing a piece. You know, which layer you're putting down, like how you layer that shit. That's a real similar way of doing a piece on the wall. But like one day I kept, every time I made a shirt, there was always a silhouette or a stencil laying around, because after you press it, after you know, cut everything out, you still have a piece of the stencil with it. Yeah. So I gathered all that shit, you know, collected a whole bunch of pieces of vinyl or sticker or cardstock, whatever, and then I stood fucking with it. And then one day I came home, and there was a 10 pack of canvases sitting on the table, and I snagged like 2 or 3 of them up, and I just I just did what I did. I just naturally, wrote on that shit, sprayed it, and then I used a Old Dirty Bastard stencil, and then I did a Wu-Tang stencil with another one, and I think I did a Method Man too. So, just bomb some letters through the Method Man, Old Dirty Bastard stencil, Wu-Tang logo stencil. And then I was like, damn, this shit's pretty dope. And I posted it. And right off the bat, they were like, yo, what you want to sell that for? And I was like, I never really thought about it. And then I was like, I gave them a price, and boom, they bought one. Someone else hit me up, boom. So basically, I made those 3 canvases I sold them like within the fucking 2 days of making them.
Wow.
So
Pretty eye-opening, huh?
Yeah, I was like, whoa, look at this shit. And then, so I made some more, and I couldn't believe it. Like everything I made, it was selling right away. I was like, shit.
Did you have a similar experience with the T-shirts, or was this the first time you felt like you were really sort of making money off your art?
I was doing good with the T-shirts.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I was killing it with the T-shirts, but I started doing the canvases, and I was so involved and so, I wouldn't say caught up, but I was definitely dialed in like a motherfucker, a little more than the T-shirts. Then it came down to painting the T-shirts. Like shit, I made this one right here. It's my paint shirt now, but it's like all my clothes are paint clothes. But it just, like I said, everything I kept, because everyone knew I made T-shirts, so they were already keeping an eye on my shit. So once they seen I was making canvases as well,
you had a little bit of a fan base, sort of, based on your art.
Exactly. So because I was real creative with laying the vinyl down too. Like I wasn't just doing regular shit with it, I was really experimenting and doing dope shit. And then to the canvases, and even got to a point where I was doing like, get a T-shirt and a canvas, get a T-shirt, canvas, and I'll make you some stickers too, type packet. Like I was really doing something. And then, but yeah, that's how I got back into doing doing canvas art and all. And then doing so much canvas art. I started going back to the walls, but not bombing them. Doing some burners and actually sinking my teeth in and doing them the right way. Because I used to hit the walls back in the day, and I was just fucking going crazy. Like when I think back what I was doing then, I'm like, what a dickhead. Like what an asshole, just fucking making messes all over the fucking
Just
wall.
walking up and just spraying whatever.
Right, like I would never go over anybody, but I really thought I was fucking super cool. Fucking spraying shit everywhere.
Interesting looking back, right? Such a different perspective on it.
It's yeah, for real, it's a trip. It's cool though. It's like to see it's always good to see where you came from, I guess.
And to see where you're at now, I mean, just to see what you're doing at River, and like to walk in here and see the amount of canvas paintings. How many pieces would you say you have in this building? It's gotta be 30.
At least 30, 40 maybe.
30 to 40 pieces in this building alone. We got one right here.
That's Questlove. That's one of my favorites right there.
Questlove. Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 in here alone. Yeah, it's amazing. A couple of Jimi Hendrix pieces in here. Whole lot of 90s hip hop. Pretty much.
Yeah, let me go.
Yeah, you good. You good.
I'll be right back. Living the life.
Live auction. Let's go. All right, y'all. We back. We had to handle some business outside.
Yes,
you know
indeed.
what I'm saying? Len had to do his thing, but we back here in the barber shop. Just dope vibe all around. Dope people here. But let's get back into the art conversation. So we talked about sort of, a little bit of your process, how you started, your younger years, moving out of T-shirts and canvases. Who are some of the other artists that maybe you're inspired by around here, or that you like to work with a lot that, you want to give a shout out to, some love? Straight off the bat, like growing up, I always
I always wanted to work with Emit, and here we are now. Shout out to Emit, fucking a beast with the burners and cans, straight up legend in my eyes, straight up legend. Word up. But I always thought he had the illest style, you know, and when I started getting more and more into what I'm doing, you know, I reached out to him and coolest cat ever, you know, real down to earth, and he said, yeah, let's paint. That was dope, and shit, and like I said, and now he'll be at the River Thursday night.
Oh, okay.
He'll be the first featured artist. You know what I'm saying? So like he was a big inspiration, and honestly, like there wasn't really no. I mean, just to keep it real, I really had nobody. It's like specifically, no one specific who inspired me. I think I was just self-driven, and another thing what really like pushed me was my uncle and my aunt. Like I said, when I lived with my uncle and my auntie, and I was getting in trouble for bombing and shit, I remember one thing that stuck in my head. Was I don't know exactly who it was that said it, but they were like, if you wanna go spray paint the walls, if you wanna go do some shit like that, you know, go do some art and put it in the gallery. You know, go if you got, but I took it like they were being sarcastic, because they're like, oh, if you want to do some art, then you know, go do some art and go put it in the gallery, go sell your art in the gallery. But the way they said it was like, it was real sarcastic, like, you know. So it always stuck in my head, and then when I first got my first gallery paycheck, I fucking saved that shit, and then I got another one. I saved that one. And I was just so happy to show him, like, yo, I gotta. Remember, you told me to take my art to the gallery. Well, it's boom, here it is. So it's kind of like, I don't know, but that was always in my head since middle school. Like, it was very inspirational, you know. Like, it was like, I'm gonna show you that I could do this, you know. Yeah. And I did, and it's crazy.
It's such an interesting concept, right? Because you were like, what, putting art in the gallery, like my art, or were you even thinking of your stuff as art at the time? Were you like, that doesn't even deserve to be there? Or what was your sort of view on that? Why did you think it wasn't good for the gallery? I was on both sides. Like, I was, because I was tagging, but I also recognized the art part of things, like doing big ass, colorful, beautiful pieces, burners and shit like that, and seeing different styles of burners, and that was eye opening. And there was I really didn't know nothing about no galleries or any shit like that back in the day, and just to keep it honest, like I probably still don't know much about galleries. All I know is that I'm going to eventually have my own gallery. That's the goal, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's basically what I'm doing and trying to get at, you know. Mm-hmm. So it goes like this. Like, when I do my paintings and shit, like I said, I was starting to hustle off my canvases, right? They're selling, and 1 year goes by, the second year goes by. So now it's getting to the point where I'm like, I want my shit to be in some galleries. Like, I want people to buy my shit. You know, I'm thinking about the big picture, I guess. And I talked to a couple of galleries, trying to figure it out. Like, I learned a lot of shit on my own. Like, by just going through it, you know what I'm saying? Gotta get the information.
Exactly. And like, just basically just what better way to learn it than go through it, fail, and then come back at it after, you know, like
with all the knowledge.
Exactly, 100%. So then it came to a point where like none of these galleries was really fucking with me. Like they're just, I'm like, when's your art show? Yo, I want to get in the art show. What could I do? What I got to do? And they're just like, oh yeah, we'll keep in touch with you. Blase, blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And it never fucking happened. So it really came to a point where I just had a fucking art show on my own. I threw an art show myself. There is a dispensary out here. I think they're still operating. To Wolfpack, shout out to Wolfpack Dispensary. Big ups to Emmanuel. He's the guy that ran them. He was the owner of Wolfpack. So on the side of their dispensary was a big ass like garage. But it was cleaned up. The floors were like it was a nice spot where they shot videos and shit, you know, like making promotional videos for the dispensary. And I made a painting for him, and I took it in there, and he bought it, all that shit. And then a few days after that, about 3 to 4 days after that, he hit me up and was like, yo, do you know where to get any b-boys? Because Method Man they're about to do his drop, his marijuana drop, his Tikal drop, and before that drop, he wanted to have a b-boy event, and so a b-boy event and me doing live paintings and shit. So I was like, all right. So I reached out to, you know, a couple of peeps that I know. They reached out to the peeps that they know and ended up getting tons of b-boys, and we had a nice b-boy event. And so that's where the relationship started. The event was a success, you know. And then the b-boy event ended up being a 2-day event. But so the first event, you know, went on, and the second event was for the finalist, which was like 2 or 3 weeks later, but they were separate by that much. So that second event was also a success, right? And then I just remember Emmanuel was like, yo, if you want to throw an art show, you can throw an art show here. And I was like, bet, I'm down. And then I remember Emmanuel was like, yo, what happened to your art show? I thought you were going to throw an art show. And I bitched up. I was really like, yo, I'm not ready. And because I wasn't. I mean, I guess I could have been, I guess, but I said I wasn't ready, and I'm glad I said I wasn't ready, because I was being truthful. I was being honest. I wasn't ready at all. And then what happened from there? So I, of course, I kept a good relationship with him. The dispensary was right down the street from my house, so it wasn't far away, you know. That was my local dispensary. But funny story. So when I was ready for my own art show, you know where I got the inspiration from and all that energy was it was from Nems. Fuck Your Life Nems. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I followed him on Instagram, right? By the way, fuck Your Life Nems. That's a cool motherfucker. Dope ass music too. So I would tag him because I would use the songs for certain shit, right? This is like before he started blowing up, you know? And he would always write back, yo, that's cool. And a couple times I asked him, I was like, yo, is it cool if I do a painting of you and send it to you and whatever? And he sent me his address or fan mail address. I'm not really too sure. But I remember one day though, I this may sound like some creepy shit, but like just from watching his story and shit, I knew he was going to be coming to Denver soon. He said he's planning for some Denver trip, right? So I was like, yo, bet. So I said, yo, let me know when you come to Denver so I can meet up with you. I have a painting for you. I have a painting for you, right? And he didn't write back, but I think it's his manager, and it's like Mex, like big Mex or something like that on Instagram. It's like his manager. They looks just like him almost. I think they're related. But he wrote me back. He was like, yo, we're going to Denver. He hit me up the night before they were going to Denver. He was like, yo, we're going to be flying out to Denver. This is my phone number. Still got the phone number in there. Here's the phone number. I'll keep in touch with you, and we'll set up something where we can meet up. So he stood by his word, which was dope. He said he said, yo, we're going to Cherry Creek right now to Impossible Sneakers, and I met Nems at Impossible Sneakers, showed him his painting, took some pictures, whatever, and just chopped it up a little bit, nothing crazy, but just, but it was a dope experience,
Yeah.
It definitely uplifted my energy, my everything, you know what I'm saying? It was because I felt like I was in somewhat of a little negative hole. That sounds, but you know what I'm saying? But like it uplifted my spirits.
Like gave you your confidence,
like a
or
motherfucker.
Meeting like with somebody who's doing a different type of art, but still an artist at a high level.
Exactly,
right?
and especially, yeah, exactly, and especially being a fan of his music, because he has some dope ass beats. I love his lyrics, like that disrespectful gutter rap that he be spitting, man. That shit's fucking. I love that type
Straight
of rap.
out of some New York.
That shit's hard. I love that shit.
Salute to Nems, man. Anybody else? Any other artists you had experiences like that with?
Nah, just. I mean, so that uplifted my spirits. Oh, so this is what happened. So they're in Denver, shopping for THC. I think they're trying to do like a cannabis. They're trying to get a cannabis account or make something happen. I don't know exactly. You know what I'm saying? But I just happened to say, yo, my boy Emmanuel's the fucking owner, because I remember his manager was like, well, do you know the owner? And I was like, yeah, actually I do. So after I was done meeting with Nems, giving him his picture and shit, I went straight to my boy's dispensary and told him, I was like, yo, explain the deal and all that shit. And he was like, okay, well, give him my number and all that. So I tried to set it up. I tried to set something up, whatever. But while I did that, my boy said, yo, what up with when you want to have an art show? He asked me again. And I was like, you know what? Let's fucking do this. So that's where that started.
That's how the story kind of comes full circle, back around,
back
right?
around, yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, let's fucking do this. I'm so fucking ready for the art show this time. He's like, for real? I was like, yeah, no doubt. And this was like the end of March, and the art show I had was in the beginning of June 4th, called the Mile High State of Minds. I don't know if you've seen that on my Instagram or whatever. But I just had an art show at the river, not this one, but the one before.
Oh, yes.
That was Mile High State of Minds Part 2. So the first one, I can honestly say, inspired by Nems. He probably don't even fucking know it. Like he's not my everyday partner or whatever, but I'm just letting you know my experience, what happened, you know? But like I said, he definitely uplifted my spirits. I got the art show cracking, and I reached out to a local artist named Suave from TKO. Big shout out to Suave as well. Talented motherfucker. And I reached out to him, and because I did a little bit of homework, and I seen that he, when it comes to like art shows and galleries and stuff, he has his foot straight in it. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the right guy to fucking hit up. You know what I'm saying? And he basically curated everything, and he did a lot. Like, big ups to that cat. Like, he taught me, I ain't gonna lie, he taught me a lot about the shit, you know? And what better way than to go through the motion and see how you really gotta do shit. So I learned a lot from that cat, from throwing my first art show. So fucking with those galleries, and no galleries giving me any type of attention or anything. Like I said, I went about it and did shit on my own. I had that cat help me, and like I said, we just had the second art show, the second Mile High State of Mind this past June. And I plan to make it an annual thing, so next year it'll be Mile High State of Minds 3, you know what I'm saying? And shit, sky's the limit, man.
Yeah, that's cool. You're planning it out as a yearly event, so you have a whole year to create a concept or idea and really work with it throughout a big time span, right?
Right.
That's cool.
And yeah, man, it's just hopefully one of these years we're doing a Mile High State of Minds out of my own gallery. I gotta sink my teeth in and self-discipline myself pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of distractions out there.
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. Hey, but we cleared out the distractions, and we're here today to talk about this great art and your story, man. I'm really liking it. I'm learning a lot about you. You know, since you've been doing these shows, I mean, you're just looking to do more and more. Obviously, the Mile High is like a yearly thing, but I see you at River trying to do like events and graffiti shows, right?
Yeah, I mean, like the way I look at it, like coming across and getting to know a lot of these artists, like it'll be, the way I look at it, I feel like it'll be somewhat of a waste to not do something productive, positive and productive with these artists. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause there's a lot of fucking talent out here in Denver. Like from the young cats to the old school cats. Like there's talent straight up and down, and not even just graffiti artists, just artists in general. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of fucking talent, and it's very inspirational. You know what I'm saying? It's straight up a beautiful thing, and like I just want to, like I said, it'll be a waste not to do nothing with them or learn something from them.
Yeah.
And I don't care who you are. Like you could say, oh, this motherfucker's biting his style, or he's copying his style, or it's not even nothing like that. It's like, no matter what, everybody learns from each other, regardless, no matter what, you know what I'm saying?
Nobody was just born and had all these ideas. They looked at stuff and they gained inspiration from it, whether they know it or not.
Exactly.
It's in and registered in your mind, and it's back there.
Right, exactly. And it's like it's like it's different flavors of people, different flavors of style, you know what I'm saying? And you mix your flavor with other flavors, and you're gonna get something else. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be the same. You know, it's kind of like sampling sounds.
Yeah.
You know, you sample the sound, then you sample the sound, drag it, speed it up, whatever. But you make it your own.
You manipulate it exactly and make it your own. And it comes out as something different.
Exactly, and it's whatever you're brewing up in different flavor. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody could give, you know the deal, like somebody could give us the same sample, we're gonna do something completely different with it.
Yep.
And that's what I'm trying to do out here, and hopefully at the same time be an inspiration to people the way a lot of people were an inspiration to myself. Like that's huge.
That's dope, and that's what a lot of the people I interview express as well. Is that, they're inspired to make the art, so they want to almost carry on the tradition and do the same thing. But sometimes when you're not even thinking about it, inspiring people, you're just creating, that's when the inspiration for others comes from, you know what I mean? Almost when it's almost unintentional, or you're not trying to do it.
Exactly, it's just naturally coming out.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing too is, cheers, I want to.
Oh, yeah.
The crazy thing too is, I remember when we had that first show. I was, as soon as I stepped into that show, I was nonstop talking to this person, just getting to know new people, chopping it up. But there was a handful of people, like just asking for advice and shit, like asking questions that I needed answers to. But at the same time, I was answering their questions because what the fuck do I look like saying I don't know? So I just acted like I did know and just told them what I do know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was more than one person, more than 5 people, and they were really there to learn some shit. And it was unbelievable that they were asking me. It was like, wow.
Another sort of eye-opening moment for you, huh?
It was like 100%.
Another confidence builder.
It was, and like I was talking to one of my friends. They were asking, they took me to go sell some art, and so you know we made the transaction and whatever, and I'm not gonna say no names or whatever, but like you know they bought it, and they were like, that must make you feel good, huh? That those people bought your art, and this and that must boost your ego. And I just sat there for a minute, and I'm like, I mean, it definitely don't boost my ego. I mean, it makes me feel good. Like it makes me feel real good, no lie. But at the same time, you know, you think that would make you more cocky and shit. But every time I sell a painting to someone, it humbles the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow. I can't believe these people are buying my art, like buying a piece of my mind, body, and soul. It's hanging up in their living room, you know? And they're like, it's real humbling, more than making me a cocky bastard, you know what I'm saying?
It's a better feeling.
Yeah, for real. Like it don't boost my ego, to be honest with you. It makes me humble, and it makes me realize like where I came from, word up, you know? And it's like you know, you could be doing some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying?
But you making amazing art that's inspiring people.
Seriously.
You're doing it, man. You're doing it.
Thank you, man. It's a trip. Like I said, it's very humbling. Like, wow. And you know what's crazy? Like, there's a lot of graffiti artists out there, dope ass graffiti artists, and all they want is to have some art hanging in people's living rooms. You know what I'm saying? And then on the flip side, there's some artists that want to be all over the walls in the city.
Be all city.
Exactly, with big ass burners and shit. And I'm trying to. I think I got the canvases locked down. So I can say that with confidence. I would like to lock some walls down.
You're gonna say you're sort of split. You're like in the middle almost.
Yeah. You're
splitting time between both, sort of, and you're not fully one or fully the other.
It's like this. When I threw my first art show at the Mile High State of Mines, it was an eye opener. It was like, I mean, I was doing good art. I was already doing nice pieces, I guess. Looking like this. Like you really don't see much graffiti on here, but you see the inspiration. You see the graffiti inspiration, right? Yeah. Like on all my pieces, you know. And when I had the graffiti art show, these cats was bringing it. Everyone from the city was bringing it with fresh graffiti pieces. You know what I'm saying? Throwing their names on these canvases with ill ass colors, making it look dope as shit. And just learning and getting to know a lot of these artists and seeing how they operate on a daily fucking basis was like, wow, these motherfuckers like be getting down painting these fucking walls. So, and also me wanting to get paid for painting people's walls on the streets, it was like you're not just gonna get it. The only way you're gonna get that shit is to show and prove. So from my first art show to now, it was like, yo, I kind of slowed down on my canvases because I was so dialed in to learning how to dominate these fucking walls, So from there and then until now, that's what I've been doing. And a lot of people, like especially like in my family, they're like, "What are you doing? You don't get paid to go do these fucking walls and this and that." I'm like, I know, because I consider it as a fucking an internship. You know what I'm saying? Like
Something to add to the portfolio.
Exactly. Like you're not gonna get a job as if people don't see what the fuck you did, you know. And you gotta operate on these walls to add to your portfolio, to add to your resume. So that's basically what I've been doing from then until now. And it's that's just the truth. And it's like, you sacrifice a lot. Like I definitely sacrificed a lot to be where I am now, and I'm not even nowhere close to where the fuck I want to be, you know. But I know, you know, keep my foot on the pedal, stay consistent with it. I'll be where I want to be, no doubt.
Yeah,
that's for
Hell
sure.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I'm excited to be involved in the journey from here and see where you're gonna go, man. I'm very excited.
Thanks a lot.
And I'm looking forward to copping some more pieces. You know, I spoke to you about a Mac Miller piece.
Word.
We're gonna have to get that one. I saw a few meth pieces in here. I might need to get a meth piece myself.
Yo, any Wu-Tang piece that I do is fucking butter. So just a heads up. Like any Wu-Tang piece I do is sick as fuck.
Yeah.
And I like to brag about it because shit, it's fucking Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
That's my shit.
I got Wu inked on me, man. I got a dub.
That's what's up. I need to. People always like, how come you don't have more tattoos? You figured I would have more tattoos, but
You're busy making the art.
yeah, for real. A lot of people are like, how come you don't do tattoos? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'll pick up a gun. Maybe not.
It's a whole different. It's art, but I mean,
It's like it's a little
you talk
different.
about learning, like, you know, the studio game or the canvas game, like learning the tattoo game is a whole nother thing. And you seem like you really love to dig and really find the knowledge about it. So if you start that, you'll probably just be like immersed in that next.
Yeah, for real. And it because like when and it's crazy, like how they say how they always tell kids you could do anything you want, you just put your mind to it.
Yep.
It's the
But
most
stay in school.
It's the most cliche fucking thing, but it's the most truthful thing ever. Like word up. Like if you really want to do something, you put your mind to that shit, and you know, there has to be a want. You know what I'm saying? You fucking find time for it, do it, eat, sleep, and breathe that motherfucker. You could do it.
Yeah.
Like it's so crazy. Like we're so stubborn as people. You know what I'm saying? We're so stubborn towards certain shit. Like we're always living in the moment. That sometimes we say we give our dreams the middle finger so instantly because we're living in the moment, and it's the shit that's in front of our face that we want real quick, and we shit on our dreams and our discipline that we do for ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that shit sucks.
We're more powerful than we think.
Yeah, for real.
We're more powerful than we
are.
think. And that's why we need some supporters to, you know, big up the artists every now and then. You need to support what you like.
Exactly.
It's good to, you know, like a post on Instagram, but, you know, share it with somebody. Leave a comment. Buy an art piece, you know what I mean? If people do want to buy an art piece, have you come paint a wall for them, how can they contact you? How should they do that?
Just contact me. The best way to get a hold of me and check out my art is on Instagram. The letter LEN _SON 82, Len _Son 82. That's the best way to, you know, check out my profile, portfolio, resume, and then just inbox me, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, man. Tap in, get connected, get a piece, because you know what Fat Joe said, right? Yesterday's price is not today's price. So it's going to be going up quick over here from a man, LENSON. So get connected now, okay?
Yes, indeed.
Let's talk a little bit about like the graffiti element of hip hop here in Denver. I mean, you know, you're getting some art shows, people are buying your stuff, but do you feel that graph artists get the respect that they deserve within the hip hop community? Generally speaking, you feel like it's a sort of lost thing. A lot of times when people talk about hip hop, they're really referring to the music, but really, you know, there's all these other elements. So you coming up in this graffiti life, I want to know your perspective on this.
I'll say, I mean, in the city of Denver. What are you asking again? Like, if
so do you feel like graffiti artists get the respect, or do you feel like you get the respect generally as an artist? I don't know. I feel like graffiti is sort of one of like the people who don't know and are in tune with hip hop culture, like almost see it, I don't know, maybe as not as important as MCing or DJing or producing. But at the very inception of hip hop, it was just on the same level almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything was created equal. People were participating in everything. It seems to have separated a lot now.
Yeah, I'll say, you know, if you're a dope artist, I mean, you're definitely getting the respect you deserve. But I'll say it does get the respect it deserves if you're a fucking dope artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just being honest. Because I mean, it's a tough game. It really is. Like, and I'm not even speaking like I'm the shit or nothing, because I'm not. Like, by far, like I ain't the shit at all. Like, there's some artists, there's some beast out there, especially out here in the city. Like shout out to Jer. He's been killing it for years, you know. He's like a god in the graffiti world. Shu from TKO crew. He's another heavy hitter. Jolt, that motherfucker is bad too, and he's smart. I mean, they're all smart, but they got it locked down, and as involved in the hip hop scene and hip hop community, they definitely get their flowers. They definitely get their respect 100%, straight up and down. And I mean, like I said, it just depends on how good you are, but it does get appreciated, just depending on what you're doing, who you fucking with, and your history. You know, what have you done? You know what I'm saying, is what it comes down to. What have you done, and what's the quality of your work? Yeah. And there, like I said, there's some sick ass artists out there, and I'm still learning, and you know, crossing my T's and dotting my I's for sure.
Interesting. You said you're still learning, man, right? You said you were doing this at 12. But still, there's still more that you can learn from it. And I think that's what's important for people who are really trying to master a craft, right? Is to stay open to learning new things, new ideas, and evolving. That's a big part of it, especially with art, right?
For real.
You can't just keep making the same thing, the same style forever. You'll get bored. The people won't want it anymore, right? Constantly have to evolve in that way.
Exactly. You know, always keep on growing, not even switching it up, you know, like, yeah, exactly. You know, people don't want to keep on seeing the same shit, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you put your signature touch on every piece you do. Like, you know, even though it's a little different looking, you know what I'm saying, you always want to look at it and be like, oh shit, that's a LENSON piece. And as you can see in all these pieces in the shop, you see all the similarities. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You always notice the LENSON piece no matter where you go. That's just for real. Yeah. And I wanna, even on the walls, like, you would know it's a LENSON. Of course, because this says my name, but it don't even have to say my name.
Just from the style.
Yeah, just from the style. Before you even know what the letters say, you'd be like, oh shit, that looks like LENSON shit. Yep. And that's key, you know, of having your signature style. And running with it, because I mean, that's what it's about, is, you know, branding that shit, I guess.
Do you have any favorite pieces that you've done? I mean, just in here alone is probably even hard to pick a favorite piece, but do you have one that you look back on, a wall, a canvas, even a t-shirt that you did for somebody that stands out for you?
I do. My favorite piece I did on the wall is this one. It said it's big. Oh man, I have so many, but there's this one. I did it on the still walls, free walls, and it fucking sucks because you could do some dope shit and that shit's buffed the next fucking day, and that's exactly what happened to this piece. But it was one of my favorites. It was a big ass LENSON, and I put for the sun I put S, and then the O was a character. I pull up on my phone real quick and check that out.
Bring it up, yeah. I would love for you to send that to me so we could post it in the video too.
And that was one of my favorite wall pieces. I have a few good wall pieces, but my favorite canvas I did, specifically in this building, probably this motherfucker right here.
Yeah, you keep coming back to this one. You do like this one.
I like this one.
Questlove, fire, man. Yeah.
And I remember the feeling I was feeling when I made it too. I was feeling good. Like I was just vibing nonstop.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think because maybe I was bumping the roots when I was doing it. I got some sleep or something.
You got a good night's sleep before?
For real, because I remember I woke up and I woke up and I got the kids to school. Then I started painting, and this happened.
Super clean.
I made
like
two
crisp.
of them actually. I made a black and white version and this one.
I like the color, man. I like the splashes of color.
Like the face really pops.
Yeah.
So this one's my favorite, and then that Method Man too. That Method Man is.
I love that one. That one's nice.
And I used the little petty knife with that one a little bit, like to spread out the paint to make it look like the fucking the bees are flying around his head, you know?
Yeah.
Just but yeah, I mean and then that Black Thought, and then that's one of my favorites right there too. And what else? I do have a favorite T-shirt. There's this MF Doom sweater I made for this cat. That shit came out so dope, man. It was like it took like maybe four or five layers of vinyl, and it came out dope. It said Doom on it. It's just a regular Doom D, and then the O's were donuts. You know, like glazed donuts, and the regular Doom M. It was a nice piece. I had to fuck around and make my own, but it still didn't come out as good as his.
Original.
Yeah, for real. Shit was hot. I need to get back to making some T-shirts. I made some solid shit.
That's dope, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cop one of those for sure. So it's so interesting now with technology advancing, AI becoming such like a prevalent thing nowadays, people using it for different stuff. I would love to get your perspective on AI art. Somebody who sits with things for hours, has this idea in their head, really brings it to life, takes their time with stuff. What do you think about people using AI art now? What's your perspective?
You mean like Procreate and like that type of shit? Or
so people, like, they can go to a website or pull up an app and type in a sentence. I want LENSON painting at the back of the river bar, and it will, it scans the web for all these images, and then it creates its own image from that. Oh. So like artists will do that for their album covers now. They're not going to regular traditional artists anymore or digital artists.
They're just looking,
going straight to a website and putting in a sentence, and artificial intelligence is creating a piece.
I'll say it's good and it's very fucking bad at the same time.
Could be dangerous.
Exactly. Right. It's because you don't want to fucking come across your own shit one day without, you don't want to come across your art that this motherfucker used
as like a reference almost.
Exactly. And this guy's blowing up off his making some music and selling millions or whatever, and and your art's all over his shit. You know, at the same time, it's cool if your shit's all over the world while he's making millions, but you created that shit, and I feel anything you fucking created, anything you put that you got your hands on, anything you create, and somebody wants to use it or whatever, you should definitely get recognized and paid for that shit.
Yes.
You know, 100%. Like you don't want nobody, like you don't want to create some fresh lyrics and then have a motherfucker steal your shit. You know,
Yeah.
That's not good at all. It's, you know, same thing. So I mean, I guess I disapprove on that shit for sure.
Yeah.
Like the only thing cool about it is you know, they picked your shit and you're known everywhere, all over the world. Your images are known everywhere.
If they're known.
They
could just be seen everywhere, but like we said,
right,
it might not be credited
yeah,
properly.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the bullshit part of it.
Yeah, so it's really wild. It's a weird thing, you know. It's even making beats and music now. People are making songs or making Biggie rap like a DMX song or like really crazy stuff they're getting into, and it's a little on the line for me. Let's go back to the traditional ways of things. We can use AI for some different things, but let's leave the art to the human experience. That's what I say.
Yeah, for real. Like, one day I had this dude. He was showing me all of his songs and shit. And he was like, yo, check this one out. And he played the beat. I mean, it was a good song. No, don't get me wrong. But he played the beat. And I was like, oh shit, this is a beat that me and my homegirl made a song to back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a beat from YouTube. You know, just a straight up boom bap beat. Yeah. And but every song that he was playing, he was like, yo, I made the beat, I made this and this and this and this. And then he played that one, and he really didn't say nothing, but I stopped him before he said something, because I didn't want to cringe, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, this beat's dope. Me and my homegirl made a song from this before he said anything, you know? Yeah. But a lot of people do that shit, you know? And they want that credit. Yeah. And I guess it's the same way. Artificial intelligence bullshit.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. We just gonna be locked into the good artists doing the good stuff, and it's interesting. I even see artists who are using AI to enhance things that they've done, or using AI to create new things. So there are artists using it in a unique way also. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes.
Right.
It's just such at an early stage. Everybody's trying to do everything different with it, and it's a lot of crazy shit happening right now.
Right.
Let's tone it down a little bit, and we'll let the artist handle. That's what I'll do.
For sure.
Maybe I'll have to see if AI can create a conversation and a whole bunch of questions for me, and then I'll judge myself, you know, if this AI is worth it or not. But let's shift from the art conversation to food conversation. A big part of my podcast is music or art. Another big part is food. So, LENSON, what are your go-to food spots around Denver or, you know, the Colorado area? What are your top food spots when you know, the go-to places?
Shit. Straight up and down, I gotta go. Especially when I used to live in the South Side. When I get hungry, the first place that comes to my mind to always go eat is Torres Mexican restaurant. It's over on Federal in Florida almost. I forget what that street is, but it's called Torres Mexican restaurant. It's been there for years. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's good. Mm-hmm. Also, just some good old traditional Mile High restaurants, Columbine Steakhouse.
Heard of that? Okay.
And then there's a Grandpa's Burger Haven. It's like it's about not even a half a mile away from Columbine, but it's called Grandpa's Burger Haven, and that place is pretty good too. Mm-hmm. And Chubby's, shout out to Chubby's, man. Chubby's is fucking good. Chili cheese fries, and that's just good old Mile High restaurants up in like your straight go-to automatically. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to try those out. I haven't been to any of those spots, but hey, they're on the list. Columbine is on the list. Somebody recently told me that. So
They say it's like the You remember Seinfeld? The Nazi soup guy.
yes.
What was it called? The Nazi. Well, yeah, they're the Nazi steak cats. But they're not even Nazis, but it's just a reference. You know what I'm saying?
Go watch the episode.
Yeah, for real.
All right, LENSON. I'm a pizza guy. So I always like to ask people, if I'm going to make a pizza, if I'm going to make a LENSON special pizza, what style is the pizza? What toppings go on it? What is on the ultimate LENSON pizza?
Yo, a perfect LENSON pizza would probably have to be New York style pizza, and make that motherfucker crispy
Well done.
and saucy.
Okay.
So crunchy soft, you know what I'm saying? with just straight up pepperoni and sausage, and crunchy and saucy is key. And that's about it.
Hey, simple, nothing wrong with classic though. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
That's the best shit ever.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you, crispy, saucy is fucking key to any well done pizza. Word up.
Okay.
That's a LENSON pizza for sure.
Hey, I hope you guys are taking notes out there, all right? Hopefully I will have the LENSON pizza on the menu coming soon.
Word.
But hey, until then, stay locked. Make sure you guys get connected with LENSON. We got the links below. Anything that we didn't talk about here today that you want to touch on? The floor is yours.
I mean, just keep your eyes and ears open. I got an art show cooking up at the River Bar Gallery for October 13th, which is Friday the 13th, Halloween month. Art show. Just keep your eyes out for details. It's going to be popping. It's going to be dope. And I mean, that's about it for now. Just go to my Instagram if you want to purchase anything. And that's about it. Thanks everyone for the support. 100%. That's about it. Yo, thanks to this man right here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Word up, man. This is the man right here. Word up.
Appreciate that, man. I appreciate what you're doing. You're keeping that graffiti element alive. While we're doing the Beats Bodega thing, like it's a good element. You're back there doing your thing. You're in your own world, but it adds to the it's part of the essence of hip hop. So we need
Most
stuff
definitely.
like that. So I appreciate you coming out every week and doing that, and continuing to try to help put other artists on, man, and inspire.
Yeah, for sure. And the bodega nights, man. That's something. That shit's real dope. That's hip hop.
If you
That's
guys
pure
haven't
fun.
been
That
to
shit's
Beats
hard as fuck.
Bodega yet, y'all are missing the fuck out, all
For
right?
real, though, like-
Come on down, River Bar and Gallery, every single Thursday, run by Face to Feet. You might even catch me doing a few beats or instrumental sets down there, okay? Get some fresh graffiti in the back and enjoy the vibe, all right?
Most definitely, man. Yo, have a good one.
Peace.